Children, come, thread the needle. Children, come, thread the needle. Stick 'em in the middle of the quilting frame and then go out and play your games. Stick 'em in the middle of the quilting frame and then go out and play your games. Sharp, sharp, in between, sharp, in between, sharp, sharp, in between, sharp, sharp, in between, sharp, in between, sharp, sharp, in between. Thread the needle, children.
Thread the Needle is one of the first songs in the musical Quilters.
How'd you like my instruments, Julie?
That was great. I loved it.
I used to tell my school children that people that lived 100 or 200 years ago, no one had pianos in their homes, or very few people had pianos in their homes, but they had tools of the trade that could become an instrument. So I know that the pioneer women, probably at the end of the day of that cooking and that eating, they could have taken these, and maybe they didn't sit around the campfire, but I'm pretty sure that they tapped out a few tunes or a few rhythms with these.
Quilters, in a sense, is every pioneer woman's story who helped settle the West. There's over 100 characters, ages 7 to 70. It's a play about the staying power of women through births and marriages and adoption and loss and everything that life brings. The baby quilt piece and the wedding dress piece, they make up the scenes in the quilt of what is the lives of some of these women. And the women in this story, like women everywhere, are handed pieces of life, and we have to make it work with what we have. And the mystery unfolds. It's a story about resiliency and the survival of the human spirit.
I think that's interesting how you talk about the pieces of the quilt, because I have some of the pieces of my history or my quilt here. Not only this beautiful quilt, although this one's not mine, but the furniture that we're sitting in, even though it's been in my basement for a long time, it's been in my family for a much longer time. I'm sitting in what would be known as a sewing rocker, or in some cases a nursing rocker. This belonged to my great aunt. She was born in 1909. She was not a quilter, but she was a very famous and well-known sewer. And for a long, long time after I acquired the rocker through my mom, I wondered, why does this chair have no arms? That wouldn't seem very comfortable, but I did a little research and I found out that the no arms makes it much easier for your elbows to move when you've got material in there. So I thought that was kind of a revelation. The cradle kind of fits in actually with the sewing rocker, because I also did some research and found out that a sewing rocker could be used as a nursing rocker. And we know that quilts are wonderful for wrapping babies in. This cradle comes from my dad's side of the family. It was purchased in 1889. My grandmother and her 7 siblings all slept in it. My dad and his 4 siblings were in it. My 2 brothers and I were sleeping in it, and then my 2 children and my brother's 3 kids, and now it's waiting for the next generation. So I can imagine those women too, sitting there on those quiet nights. Did you turn the radio on? No. You sang to those babies. You wrapped them in the love. And so this show, I think, will be a wonderful way to let people know how much music was a part of that whole life and death, actually. So I'm going to sing a little song about that. Set in their wonder, the quilting harbor of an afternoon in the spring. It was the 14th day of April, and the meadowlarks did sing, thinking while quilting through blue, pink, and purple, all the happy colors of my design. I must have had the wild prairie flowers somewhere in the